This shooting comes on the heels of last Sunday's gang-related mass shooting in downtown Sacramento.
Yeah, we know 6 people were killed that night, 12 others injured. Police are calling it gang-related as well as a mass shooting. Now, as families grieve the loss of their loved ones and those shot heal both physically and mentally, there are more questions.
That's right. Community groups are offering services to those impacted by the recent shooting. Karen Lawler joins us now. And Karen, you are a licensed marriage and family therapist with Dignity Health and Mercy Medical Group and chaplain. Thank you so much for joining us. What are some steps we can all take to cope with this recent violence in our communities and even what we're seeing nationwide?
So one of the first things that's really important is to acknowledge that when events of violence like this happen, it shakes us, it rattles us. And so acknowledging that the ground may feel a little bit unsteady under us, offering support to one another when it is stirring up old grief, talking about the person that you have lost, and doing things to anchor yourself in the present moment. When we're rattled and we're shaken and we're feeling a fair amount of pain and anxiety that goes with trauma or with grief, it's important to let yourself have the feelings, but it's also important not to constantly be trying to get more information. So connect with the people who support you, talk with friends and family, focus on being in that moment. You can even do some brief mindfulness exercises, allowing yourself to feel the steadiness of the ground that is under your feet, shifting your weight back and forth. And then if you are worried about someone, if you think someone has been affected by this, reach out to them, pick up the phone, send that text.
Yeah, it's always good to communicate, sometimes over-communicate in those kinds of situations. So Karen, what about just people being triggered by something that's maybe happened in their past, earlier life? I mean, how can people in your family or in the community help with that?
So first of all, it's important to recognize if you're having a really strong emotional reaction to some of the recent events, that strong emotional reaction may be as a result of something that's happened to you in your past. And sometimes we know that, and sometimes it kind of sneaks up on us. So if you've got a history of trauma, particularly violent related trauma, you can ask yourself, how much of what I'm feeling is related to what's going on right now, to what I'm seeing on the news or what I've just heard about? How much of these feelings may be about what's happened to me before? At Mercy Medical Group, we do offer therapy for folks who are grieving, for folks who are dealing with trauma. And also if you're in the position where you've got some traumatic activation happening because of some of these events, we encourage you to reach out to us. And once again, checking in with the folks who are your support community. You can talk with your doctor if these feelings are getting overwhelming and they're impairing, kind of your daily life. And whoever your medical providers are, they can help link you with resources to begin healing. There are a number of resources, both online and in the community, for folks who are struggling with trauma, or even people who have had losses for whom these episodes of violence are stirring up their own losses as they see people grieving. A number of our local faith communities have had vigils or memorial services for the victims of the shooting here in Sacramento. There are community centers that can help provide some support. And a number of faith communities have bereavement groups or can link you with additional support. Mercy has an ongoing grief group, which is open to members of the community.
Yeah, some great resources out there. Karen, thank you so much for your time. We know it's important to focus on mental health, especially with all that's going on, so we appreciate it.
You're welcome.